Today's video, we're going to be making the most amazing Chinese style pork tenderloin recipe. If you'd have asked me before today that I was going to put on a recipe for a pork tenderloin, I would have been absolutely terrified. Why? The simple fact, it's one of those pieces of meat, it's got no fat in it, it's so lean and it's so easy to overcook. Once you've overcooked it, there is no bringing it back whatsoever. Not today though. I've gone and invested myself in a wonderful sous vide machine. Okay, so what is sous vide? Sous vide is French for basically cooked under vacuum. So what we're going to do is get ourselves a sous vide machine, we put it into a bath of water. What the sous vide machine does is it maintains the temperature all the way through, so it's absolutely perfect. I've set mine to 1.5 hours and I'm going to cook it at 60 degrees Celsius for all that time. Once it comes out, it is going to be perfectly blushing right the way from the centre, right the way to the end. We finish that off in a cast iron pan, giving it a really good hot sear on both sides to give it that nice crust on the outside. So if you are thinking about doing sous vide, what is it you're going to need? So obviously you will need some form of container to put your water in. You'll need a sous vide machine. You don't have to spend a fortune on it. This one cost me about 50 to 60 pounds. Does the job absolutely perfectly. You need some form of vacuum bag or a Ziploc bag where you can take the air out of it. Obviously, if there's air in the bag, it will float to the top and it won't cook evenly throughout, okay? So with all that being said, guys, this is how you make the most amazing pork tenderloin Chinese style. So we're going to start off with 2 small cloves of garlic. We're just going to roughly chop these ingredients. They don't need to be perfect. We've got some ginger, cut it into nice discs, again leave the skin on, and 1 spring onion. Now this is where we realise that the camera is focused on my dirty t-shirt instead of on the pork, but what we're going to do is smother the pork with some good quality sesame oil. You want to make sure that that's covered all the way over. It's going to give it a beautiful nutty flavour. Follow that by some Chinese 5 spice. Again, apologies for it focusing on my t-shirt and not on the pork. Just make sure you get the Chinese 5 spice all over, in every single nook and cranny, all over the pork. It all adds flavour. So then what we're going to do is put it into our Ziploc bag. And then we're just going to add all the ingredients to the bag. So try and lay the ginger over the top of the pork if you can, just for maximum flavour. And then these bags are really absolutely fantastic. It's got like a little one-way valve. I'll just add my little pump to it, pump away, and it sucks all the air out of it. Look at that, fantastic. Best thing is with sous vide is it's going to sit there for so long. Like I say, this is going to be 1.5 hours in the water bath. All those flavours just completely intertwine with the pork and taste absolutely phenomenal. So you just want to clip your bag onto the side of your tub. Just make sure that the water can circulate all the way around it. And this is what it looks like after it's had 1.5 hours at 60 degrees Celsius. It looks disgusting, but trust me, once it's got the sear on it, it will look absolutely phenomenal and it will taste absolutely great. So take your pork out of the bag and then just remove all the bits and bobs from the outside. Now this bit's really important, make sure that you pat it dry. The worst thing when you're trying to get a sear on the outside of any meat is if it's wet. To a searingly hot pan, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And then we're just going to chuck our pork in there. Once your pork's in, push it down but don't move it. There's no need to keep moving. It's the same as if you do a steak, there's no need to keep moving it all over the place. You get a better bark and a better skin if you just leave it where it is. So we're going to add this sear to both sides, and that's where a lot of your flavour is going to come from. That beautiful charcoal flavour that comes from barbecues and things like that, that's what it is. It's the caramelisation on the outside. Now here we go, looking at the money shot. This pork is absolutely juicy as it comes. It is impossible to overcook it when you sous vide it. Slice into it, look, you can see those beautiful juices coming out. You've got to give it a go, guys. It's so worth investing into a sous vide machine. It's absolutely perfect at cooking meats. Anyway, guys, that is how to make my Chinese tenderloin pork recipe. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in sous vide, please give it a go, because honestly, you will not regret it. It's fantastic. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.